everybody. Unapologetic Truth Channel with EriKiYah. I pray everybody's having a great day, night, evening, wherever you are, that everybody's safe. As you see, I'm bundled up. Polar vortex coming through. It's definitely January. Um, yeah, so-called January. But anyway, I wanted to share my thoughts on something, and I'll try to interact. I believe I have chat open. Forgive me, I'm gonna have to sit up so I can see any comments, but at any rate, I wanted to share my thoughts because I was leaving the Walmart in my area, and the area I'm currently in, and we just got to do better. Yashar'al, melanated Yashar'al, I'm talking to Yashar'al collectively. We definitely have to do better. The manager of the Walmart in this location is, and I'm not saying this in any disrespectful manner, but I'm just stating fact, is an Arab man. And what I noticed is that there are a lot of Arab people that are working at that particular Walmart. Muslim people as well, because I know that everybody's not Arab that's working there, but the women have the garb on, the head wrapping, specifically what I'm referring to. But it struck me, especially after what happened in Detroit, where I don't know if any of you have heard this story, but this particular gas station on 8 Mile in in urban Detroit has unalived yet another person, another man of color was unalived for so-called shoplifting. Now, there's a local group there, and forgive me, I don't recall the name right now at the moment off the top of my head, but it is our folks, melanated folks, that are working to shut that gas station down, because this is now the second time they so-called have performed vigilantism and took someone out as a result. Someone that wasn't posing a threat, from what I understand, in this particular situation. But they as the group and the community has at the moment, it's temporarily shut that gas station down because they're not having it anymore. They're tired of it. And so much respect to them for coming together in unity to ensure that these things do not continue, that we cry aloud and spare not where that is concerned, that we're not going to continue to allow senselessness to happen on our watch. And so in seeing this while I was in the Walmart, and because I noticed it before, but I never really focused on it until today because I noticed it was quite a few folks. And I also noticed how people from the foreign people, and again, I don't mean any disrespect. I'm literally speaking facts because they're more likely to be in positions of power in corporations or just in managerial positions and executive positions. They'll be in those positions, but people of color who, especially that patronize the store or the business consistently, we won't be the ones in those positions of authority. And it's troublesome. It's definitely troublesome. Yeah, well, I don't acknowledge the new year, Ray. It's not my particular new year, you know, but peace and blessings to you. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. And what's sad is we are dealing with these things and people are not getting the jobs, you know, that have been here, that born and raised, we're not getting the jobs. Other people are coming in and taking the jobs that we qualify for as well. So I'm gonna look at this. Okay, I'm reading this comment again. That's why I'm sitting up so I can see this comment. But low keys custom cars. I wonder how much us Americans will put up with before we stand up to the nonsense, or will most people wait to CR when they're loaded on rail cars headed for a camp? CR, can you explain what CR is? Is that cry or, but yeah, I get it. I get it. Now I will say, if this is your first time on my channel, I'm definitely one, I serve the Most High. I serve the Most High Yah. And when I talk about, I'm bringing a biblical perspective. Okay. So I'd appreciate it if you're coming and you're new to the channel. I don't deal with profanity and all of that. You know, this is a channel that is definitely set apart to the Most High Yah. And so I just ask for you to be respectful. But these are the things that could very well take place, low keys. And we continue to give our money to these businesses. You know, I just saw yesterday, in fact, I saw that Starbucks has lost money because people have boycotted. And they've lost, what, 13 million, I think, or maybe, I don't know. They lost a large amount of money so far. And I didn't even know there was a boycott going on, you know. And we know, you know, the Amazon workers were striking before the holiday hit. And so they're having to contend with the powers that be. You know, the little guy against the big guy. Once again. So these things are going on. And meanwhile, we can't get the loans to even own our businesses. We can't get hired. So it's troublesome. It's troublesome to see, you know. And then I was handling business at the customer service counter, and a man came up and he asked if he can leave his book bag because he's like, I don't want anybody to accuse me of stealing. And so I chimed in like, I get it. I get it, brother. Especially not in this time. This is not a good time. It's literally life or death situation, you know. And so he began to explain, what had happened to him. He was saying that he was outside and they were accosting him. He wasn't even in the store. It sounded like he hadn't come from the store either. Like they were trying to accost him, because of targeting him because he's homeless. Not everybody is out here doing the most because they are homeless. Everybody don't steal. So yeah. So I listened to his story and I'm like, yeah, like you just got to be on guard, brother. You're like, you have to be. This is serious out here. We don't get a pass. We really, truly don't get a pass. And it's sad because our money, once again, is, look at the statistics. We outspend every other demographic, every other group as so-called black people. Our dollars consistently outspend. But if we focus those dollars in our own community and keep them in our community, we would shut these businesses down. They really have to take notice. Like, once again, when it happened in Selma, where they had the bus boycott. I'm bringing that up because that bus system almost shut down behind that boycott. Those people were willing to walk miles and miles to get to work, school. They were organized. They organized and they were providing transportation where they could. They did what they needed to do. And I believe it was months. It wasn't just, actually, no, excuse me. It was a year at least. They did that. A year. Like I said, at the least, it was a year. But that's called determination. That's called sick and tired of being sick and tired. I believe that was Fannie Lou Hamer that said that. So we're doing, and they had less resources then. We have more resources now, and we still ain't doing enough. And that's sad. That is so sad. Because we can't unify until it comes to another group, trying to bum rush us on a boat, trying to, we can come together then in violence. That's when we come together. We can come together to protest injustice, but we're not doing anything to actually put a plan in place, a working plan. We're not even working the plan. We're just talking. We're just talking. It's a bunch of lip service, but we're not acting. But again, this is why when these days come up where they're calling for, keeping the dollars black or doing a blackout, meaning no spending that entire day in our community. If we consistently adopt that and go on and do this, I feel like maybe every quarter at least, the impact that it would make would be significant. I'm almost sure of it. So let me see. Hey, Sister Kila. Shalom, shalom, sis. Let me read your comment, your next comment. You are right. We must come together. We are naturally born, gifted people in many ways. Khan, sis. So true. So absolutely true. Thank you for coming on. Absolutely. And maybe that's it too. When they see us come together, they see how powerful we are. And you know, and forgive me, yes, it's a secular group, and it was a secular album, but Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. that's what came to my mind right there. But yeah. So again, we just have to do better. We have to stop coming against each other. We got to unify. It's so important. Because if we're going to be in this captivity any longer, any further length of time, these things have to happen. Because I'm tired of seeing what I saw. I'm tired of us. We're the ones, and that was the other thing I saw. We're cleaning the bathrooms. We're doing that kind of stuff. You know, a sister was waiting so she could clean the bathrooms. But where are we? Why are we not in the managerial positions? Why are we not? It's constantly. And don't get me wrong, there's dignity in all work. Absolutely. Florida Evans, on Good Times, she was right. There is dignity in all work. But it's always the same type of people, more often than not, are doing the work in certain businesses. And then there's other businesses where we can't get hired because other people that are undocumented are getting the jobs. We know how to clean too. We're pretty thorough. Some of us are very, very thorough with cleaning. I know I am, because I don't play around with that. I'm sorry, it's getting warm, and maybe that's because I'm being real animated right now, but I'm going to wrap it up. So we just have to fight for everything. If it matters, if it truly matters, we have to do these things. We have to ensure that our dollars are spent accordingly, that we're getting the respect, because we're spending, we are consumers too, that should be getting the respect as other groups, other communities are getting. Because again, our dollars spend more. So I just wanted to come on and talk about that, and praying for a solution. You know, if y'all have some thoughts, please share your comments in reference to that. But in everything, regardless, we are to give thanks, because of the fact we even have money to spend. You cleaning? Okay, sis. Okay. But so in all things, give thanks, you know. And if there's somebody in need, if you have it, and I know I've spoken about this some a while ago, but I'll reiterate it. If there's somebody in need and you have it to give, please, please, as you're led, if it's in your heart to give. There's people out here that really are needing help. You know, they'd rather give businesses a tax credit for even just posting a certain amount of jobs, but they're not actually hiring the people. But they're getting these credits. I believe it's called WIOA, tax credit. So when you get that little survey, when you're applying for a job and there's this survey that the business would like you to fill out, and it's talking about, there are different questions that it's asking you. If you get benefits, for example, if you get government subsidies, those kind of things. They're asking you these things so that they can get this credit. But you may never hear from that job again because they got what they needed from you so they could get their credits. And this is what's going on. This is why you see so many people on social media, college graduates and things of that nature, that are talking about how they cannot get a job, how they have to settle and work a job outside of their major, what they majored in college, things of that nature. And I really believe a lot of it has to do with these credits that are out there. So, at any rate, thank you again so much for joining me. Again, share your thoughts, be respectful. You already know my disclaimers. Most of y'all, if y'all been on my channel any length of time, you know. But again, I truly appreciate you. And have a blessed day. And again, I'm going to say, in all things, give thanks to the Most High Yah. Be blessed, y'all. Shalom and shalom.